Hi there, I'm Joel. A lot of people online will talk about how important it is to practice and techniques and pedals and gear and all sorts of stuff, which is all important. You know, if you want to learn how to play bass better, go to adamnitty.com, go see Scott Bass Lessons. You know, these guys will definitely help you improve your playing. But the one thing no one's really talking about these days is appearance. And I know, I'm not trying to be like all goofy and like, oh my God, it's not important to look good. It's just important to play good. No, it's important to look the part. I've been on hundreds of auditions, and I've seen what happens when you don't look the part. Very quick story. I was auditioning for a country artist in Nashville. There's 200 people auditioning for the job. Look at my hand, that's neat. There's one guy who opens up his case and pulls out a Jackson 5-string bass, which is a totally cool bass for metal. But in the country world, it's unheard of. And I was watching the tour manager who was in charge of the auditions. He had a clipboard. And as soon as this guy pulled his bass out of the case, I saw him take his pen and go like this. Just cross his name right off the list, even before he played a note. Now you'd think this stuff was common sense, but it might not be. Alright, so I was playing a Steinberger for a number of years, great bass. But again, I would go to auditions with it, and people would say, oh, it's a really cool bass. You're not going to play that with us live, are you? And, after a while, it kind of started to be a thing. Then I had problems getting strings, and I said, you know what, I need to get a more traditional bass. And I've had probably 50 basses. For me, it's how does it play, how does it sound? But there definitely is a factor about how it looks. So I ran around, and I found this Mexican jazz bass, Guitar Center, $300 used. I only prefer to buy used basses. I don't like buying new basses. It's just the way I am. I like them when they're all broken in and they're little beat ups. You don't have to worry about getting that first ding or that first scratch or whatever. It's pre-done. So this has a rock look, no doubt about it. I need something that's going to blend in just a little bit better. So what I did was I went on Amazon, where everybody goes, and I bought a tortoiseshell pickguard. And I'm going to change the pickguard of this bass, and you'll see how the appearance and the vibe of this bass will drastically change just by changing the pickguard. So I've been waiting. I got this in the mail about 2 weeks ago, and I've been waiting to do this video, and I have not opened this up. So, the pickguard definitely was made in China. The Fender standard pickguard, which is the best quality pickguard you can buy, is $50. I'm a musician, okay? So I had to go with the cheapest brand I could buy, and I got this off Amazon for $9. $9 pickguard. So we're going to see what my $9 got me, and hopefully it'll fit on the bass, and you'll be able to see how the look and the vibe of the instrument changes just by changing the pickguard. That's the moment we've been waiting for. Let's see what we got. I'm waiting 2 weeks for this thing. Alright, here's what I got. I got the tortoiseshell pickguard. It's very red. It's kind of a little more of a brown look. Musically, right? Music Lily. I can read. All right, here's the pickguard. A little hairy. That might have came off the floor though. It might not be off the pickguard itself, but yeah. All right, we'll give this a shot. See what it looks like. All right, so we're going to change the pickguard on this bass because with the white pickguard, there's a real rock look to it. Geddy Lee, obviously. Bass player from Social Distortion, really good bass player. I wish I knew his name. He's got a black precision with a white pickguard. Totally looks cool, great for rock. I got a bunch of other gigs coming up that are not rock gigs, and this actually is a little too much. So I'm going to go with the tortoiseshell to give it more of a classier look. Let's take off the old pickguard and put on the new one. Alright, so I'll tell you what's really cool right now. I'm taking these screws off. This particular screw, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not. This screw still has, where's the camera? Still has the plastic on it from the original plastic that goes on the pickguard when you buy the bass new. So I'm kind of feeling a little bit better now, thinking that this bass guitar is actually truly a 95 through and through. I was a little worried that the body might be a Squire with a 95 neck on it. Doesn't seem to be that way. There's really, the only indication, or I should say, the only reason why I felt that way was because it was in such good condition. And here goes the pickguard. So this is what it looks like without the pickguard. And again, it's really dirty and dusty. So I'm going to go with the fact that yes, this is a true 95 Mexican jazz bass through and through. Yeah, Now, normally I would clean it all up and make a big deal out of it, and I don't know what it is. It's the Mike Campbell in me. Doesn't want to change. I want to change as little as possible on this bass. It's definitely aged very well. I mean, look how yellow the neck is. Look at that. I mean, that's just awesome. Look at the back of this thing. Yeah, I'm not touching a thing. All right, so let's put this on. And here, of course, this is the true test. Will the all right? So look, I already see the difference. Check this out between the two. This has a cut here for a truss rod adjuster, which of course this bass does not have. It kind of looks like they line up though. Looks like the holes are lining up too. So with the exception of, well, we'll see. With the exception of this thing here, we should be pretty good. It's kind of funny. These things never work perfectly. I've done this many times before. So you just kind of like fiddle with them a little bit. Yeah, see the fit on this thing. See, and that's why you buy a Fender, genuine Fender pick guard, because you wouldn't have this issue. But I wanted to cheap out. It was $9 for crying out loud, right? $9. Yeah, I can't even get this around the pick guard or the pickup. I'm gonna have to do some surgery, some sanding or something to get this thing around it. Man, that really sucks. Maybe. Come on. She's just not into it, man. It's just too small. All right, so the holes around the pick guard, the pickup holes, too small. This is what you get. You know, there's an old expression: you get what you pay for. This is what I paid for. I have two options now. I can go to Guitar Center and buy a genuine Fender pickguard for $50, or tweak this a little bit. I'm going to tweak this a little bit because, again, I want to spend as little as possible. Just so to file it down. You know, as I was doing this, I was thinking, there's probably like 1,000 luthiers out there saying, you got to file them all. They all come like that. Maybe that's true. Something tells me if I bought the original, genuine Fender pickguard, probably wouldn't be sitting here with a file right now. Okay, so we're done filing, and it looks like it's going on now. All right, so there it is. Okay, it's got a little more red in it than I wanted, I gotta admit. And I haven't tried putting the screws in yet. They do look like they line up. Matter of fact, let's try the screws real quick, and then we'll see what we got. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws in, and just realized I didn't take the plastic cover off. I swear it never ends. Actually, this color changed a little bit too. So the screws lined up pretty good. I won't say they lined up perfectly because they didn't, but they were good enough. All right, and here's the finished product. Gotta admit, I'm really happy with it. I think it looks good. Appearance, baby. Appearance is important. Okay, that's the first video. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the greatest. And don't forget to practice.